Here we are at the Pocono Raceway, the tricky triangle and Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania for the running of the Pocono 200, a very quick race here around this tricky triangle. On the poles, the 32 of Coluigi, 2's outside, this is the 17 of Alex Stewart, the 30 of Gustavo Rocha, 4th Xavier Sullivan Jr., running out the top 5, Keegan Thompson, and 60 of Justin Zidell, 7th Greg Lee, 8th and 8th Pennsylvanian Colton Yo, 9th Jeff Buford, new points there, William Seaman rounds out the top 10. And for the rest, we've got Tim Gary, 2's outside, Landon Fenway. They have Bubba Sir and Keith Stevens, then Dylan Mills and Christian Parker. Trey Rainey, another Pennsylvania native, and then James Ryan. Isaac Nichols, and then Luke Rainey, also Pennsylvania native. Another Pennsylvania native, Michael Ferris, and then Jeff Moses, 2's inside. They have Griffin Lynn and Riley Spurley, 2. Then Danny Bright and Cynthia Bright. Jack Canaramo and Justin Heath. Then Alan Bowman and Ray Sir. Jonathan Beefer and J.J. Reed. Christian Richardson and Marco Japez. And rounding out the field, Michael Cantor will start 36th. 35th is the one of Jonathan Rain. That's your starting lineup here, Pocono. Coluigi at the pole. We'll get a track sign and get the command.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Take a nice deep breath, buddy. Settle in, relax. Give your seatbelt a slow tug and tug on your steering wheel one more time for me. Good luck, bud. We'll see you at the end of this deal.
And 36 trucks roll off the starting grid to go 12 laps around this 2.5-mile triangle in northeastern Pennsylvania. So, we talked about your points leader. William Seaman starts the race in the 10th position. A few rows back of him is the 18th Trey Rainey, who will start the race just inside the top 20. So there's a lot of work to do to get up to William Seaman and try and get around and gain points. Peace track to pit road. We mentioned 12 laps around this triangle as they come down this very wide and long front stretch. Into the restart zone, Coluigi steps on the gas. We're racing. Green flag at Pocono. Some trucks already fanning out 3 wide as they come down the backstretch into the tunnel turn for the first time here today. Coluigi gets clear. Second is now Gustavo Rocha. Alex Stewart falls back to third. They're beating and banging as they come off the tunnel turn. And down the short chute for the first time, they'll enter this very flat and long turn number 3. Through 3, Coluigi in the 32 from the pole position. He'll lead lap number 1 of the Pocono 200. With the 31 of Rocha trying to chase him down. Alex Stewart and Xavier Sullivan Jr. battle for third behind. Stewart has the run off the top and the draft for the truck in front of him to get clear of that 50 truck. And how about Keegan Thompson getting into the top 5? He's up to 5th. But here comes Greg Lee in the 99 for that 5th position. He's up to 6th, going for 5th. For the race lead, the 32 up the track. Here comes Rocha to the bottom lane, down the back, down Long Pod straightaway. Turn to the tunnel turn. Back there, some side drafting going on. And here comes Alex Stewart for second. This is probably the best place you can make your move down the bottom lane. The tunnel turn. Contact for second. Rocha and Alex Stewart. They're wrecking behind. Parker and Ryan are hard to the wall. Michael Ferris and the 23 last week's winner. Is that Trey Rainey sitting over there, second in points. Racing back to the stripe. They're 3 wide. They sell that. Rocha gets clear. But as they come off turn 3, Coluigi way out front with 10 laps to go. Hidley is back to the stripe. Second will be Sullivan Jr. So he gets back in the second position. James Ryan, Michael Ferris, Trey Rainey did get damaged in that second in points. He was only 9 points back of Seaman. Christian Parker is also up against the wall. Ryan has the most damage in the 20. Let's see how caution number 1 was caused. Here they're going through the tunnel turn. I believe they might get 3 wide right here. Oh, Ryan drove in hard and came up Ryan to Trey Rainey. Rainey had nowhere to go. Got the A of Christian Parker. Rainey goes up, hits the wall hard. Luke Rainey in the 88 also got damaged. Michael Ferris in the 23 got damaged. That's three of the known Pennsylvania natives involved in that crash. As Ferris, Trey Rainey, and Luke Rainey all went for a spin. Let's go on board with all 3 of those Pennsylvania natives. Trey Rainey second in points, only 9 points back of William Seaman involved. When you visit your hometown track, you want to do great. You want to make it good for the hometown crowd. These 3 not having days they wanted. Here's Michael Ferris' view. Looks like it was Griffin Lynn that hit the 23 Ferris. Let's see how much damage Luke Rainey got in the 88 from that. So he has the New England Patriots scheme. I don't think you got too much chance. You should be able to continue on, but you never know with how these trucks are. They're very sensitive sometimes underneath the hood. Be interested to see if that 88 is up to speed on the restart. Code Luigi in the 32 let them back as they were stacked up 3 wide behind. And of course, they will stay on the racetrack. Code Luigi, your race leader at Pocono. Here they come in turn 3. We'll restart the race at halfway. It'll be 6 laps to go. James running out from that crash. All the rest still in the race. We have 35 trucks in the race. So Code Luigi is out front. Can he hold on to this restart? He's got Xavier Sullivan Jr. behind him in second. Gustavo Rocha in third. Keegan Thompson fourth. Alex Stewart fifth. And William Seaman, your points leader, is sixth. Justin Seidel seventh. Greg Lee eighth. Nan Fenway ninth. And Keith Stevens rounds out the top 10. This is the place where you're going to make most passes on a restart during turn number 1. They come down. Great fight back out. Code Luigi steps on the guys. He did not want to let that 50 truck get a run on him. Look at the 51. They're going to go 3 wide. Alex Stewart makes a move for the 3rd position. He gets underneath the 51 and underneath the 30 wide. They enter turn 1. Contact between the 51 and the 31. They carry up the track down the backstretch. Xavier Sullivan Jr. pulls up to the back tailgate of the 32 truck as they will now enter the tunnel turn. Here he comes to the inside. Code Luigi into the tunnel turn. Both go tie up the track. And now down this short chute, the 32 has a little bit of an advantage on the outside of turn 3, but the 50 has to drag out from the 51. Luigi powers on the top side. Can he clear the 50? Down the front stretch. 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. Code Luigi trying to keep ahead of Xavier Sullivan Jr. But Sullivan not giving up on this bottom lane quite yet. Watch the inside lane here, 1 and 2. It gets really tight. They're going to go 3 wide. Seaman to the bottom lane, your points leader. Luigi powers out the top. Can he get clear? He does. He's clear. The 32 truck back out front as they stacked up 3 wide for a second. William Seaman trying to get by. Keegan Thompson up top. In the middle is Xavier Sullivan Jr. They're sliding up. They're making contact. Your points leader's in the wall. They're crashing big time. And Xavier Sullivan Jr. has been flipped. The brights are in it. Christian Parker, Alan Bowman racing back, and Code Luigi's nowhere to be found. Greg Lee is second. Keith Stevens third. This is probably going to end the race. Code Luigi back in front, and does he dominate and win here at Pocono? He's led every lap so far, all 8 laps. That's now 4 to go. I don't think we're going to get restarted. Seaman, your points leader. Did Trey Rainey make it through in the 18? Rainey did make it through in the 22nd position, and now Seaman's going to be back here in the 30s. And he's coming down pit road. So Trey Rainey, it looked like he was going to lose points to the points. In fact, he might actually gain the points after today. They were 3 wide stacked up for second, and Seaman in the 92 overdrove the corner and went up. Xavier Sullivan Jr., Keegan Thompson, all running in the top 5, were also involved. Let's check out the crash. 3 wide, Seaman trying everything he could get up to that race lead. He's not won a race yet this season. He is your points that he wants to win. And just overzealous entry to the corner there. Gets into the 50 of Xavier Sullivan Jr. And then they go up, they get Keegan Thompson into the wall hard for those guys. Seaman up off the ground. Xavier Sullivan Jr. Look at those guys escaping on the bottom lane. Riley Sprague had nowhere to go, right into the 51. And then right here, the 5 of Racer will flip the 50. Danny Bright, Luke Rainey again with some minor damage. Christian Parker, Alan Bumling, Jack Canaramo, Cynthia Bright, JJ Reed, Griffin Lynn. Trey Rainey around the outside lane. My, oh my, what a crash that was. Xavier Sullivan Jr. never flips back over. Let's go on board the 92 of William Seaman as he was involved, your points leader. Oh yeah, that's some pretty hard hits right there. My oh my. Let's go on board the 88 of Luke Green as he gets by again, but I don't know if the damage there is even more. And once he gassed it away to get away from there. Let's also go on board the 18 of Trey Rainey. Looks like he escaped around the outside. We hit a little bit right there, but if he can keep it on that racetrack and keep in the position he's in, he's probably going to gain that points lead. Look at all the trucks. There's Marcos Yepes. As you mentioned, Racer, Jack Canaramo. There's the yellow flag. There's Code Luigi leading them back. And he's going to have to deal with 5 more miles to get to victory lane. We'll come back at the white flag lap. The field has already taken the white flag, and they're on the short chute, entering turn 3. And Code Luigi looks like will dominate and lead all 12 laps to get to victory lane in the Pocono 200. From that crash out are Michael Canto, JJ Reed, William Stephen near points, will get 33rd, Christian Parker, Keegan Thompson, Cynthia Bright. Xavier Sullivan Jr. will end up a lap day even after flipping. We'll have 28 trucks on the lead lap. Trey Rainey will end up 21st here today. Obviously not who he was going to want, but he's probably going to be your points there. If not, he's going to obviously pass the 92. Someone might, though, snipe it out at the end. So come off of turn 3, Code Luigi. We'll get back to the stripe at first. He'll beat Greg Lee, Keith Stevens, Colton Yo, and Bubba Sir, who rounds out the top 5 to the stripe. Code Luigi dominates the Pocono 200 and wins in the Pennzoil Truck Series. Dominating performance out of that 32 team. They started on pole and never looked back. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Pocono 200 at Pocono. There were 2 caution flags for 8 laps. Obviously a very carnage-filled race, as we only got 4 laps under the green flag. And there was one driver who led this race. That was Code Luigi from the pole position, leading all 12 laps. Greg Lee ends up second from 7th position. Not too bad there. He missed that final crash. Keith Stevens ends up 3rd. Colton Yo, another Pennsylvania native, he rounds out the top, or he's 4th. And then Bubba Sir rounds out the top 5. They have Alex Stewart in 6th, Gustavo Rocha in 7th, Justin Zidell 8th, Jeff Buford in 9th, and Tim Gary rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Another Pennsylvania native, Luke Rainey, ends up 19th after starting 20th. He won this race last season. He's just not had a great season this season. He has those 2 victories, and there still is only 2 top 10s, I believe. Trey Rainey, another Pennsylvania native, ends up 21st, but because of the problems the 92 had, Trey Rainey is your new points leader here after this race today. As another Pennsylvania native, Michael Ferris, ends up 27th. He was involved in the first crash and severely off pace. Seaman ends up 33rd after being the first truck to go around in that race-ending crash. Let's go look at the point standings. Here are the points as we're getting closer towards that chase and almost halfway through the season. Trey Rainey is now your points leader by 27 points over William Seaman, who's fallen to 2nd. Jeff Moses is now 3rd. Bubba Sir is 4th, and Alex Stewart rounds out the top 5. They have Justin Zidell in 6th, Christian Richardson 7th, Greg Lee is now up to 8th. He needs a victory, though, to get into that chase. Griffin Lynn 9th, and Michael Ferris, with his 2 victories, rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Another driver with 2 victories this season. Luke Rainey is 11th in the points, as right now in the top 20 there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners. So 6 of our, I think it's 9 winners, are in the top 20 in points. Look down at the rest of the points field. You have to be top 25, remember, in points to make it. So Code Luigi will be your 7th winner. Of course, your 8th and 9th winner, Jonathan Buford and Jennifer Buford, are both below the top 25 in points, although Jonathan's only 6 points behind Riley Sprague, who has it, that top 25 spot. Code Luigi has moved up into the top 25. He's now 21st, but he's still on the brink. He's not that many points ahead of Riley Sprague, so he needs more good results. He has to get up there inside the top 20 probably to feel less pressure, because that's right now, what is it, 7 I said in the chase. We have a 10-driver chase. So it would be those 7 winners, and then William Seaman is the 8th driver. Jeff Moses will be 9th, and Bubba Sir would be 10th. That's, of course, if we don't have 10 winners, which I believe we're going to have 10 winners. We're about 10 races away from the chase. I think we can get at least 3 more winners there in the top 25. If not, the 77 will definitely probably get in maybe, and Jennifer Buford might be able to get up there as well. So the next race will be the Mountain Dew 250 at Charlotte. See you guys then.